There are moments that don't need a red carpet, don't need a crowd, yet say more than any grand ceremony ever could, and this is one of those moments. Taylor Swift and her fiancé, Travis Kelce, were quietly seen boarding a private jet, leaving Kansas City just after attending the Chiefs party. No noise, no flashing cameras, just a journey, but one that made all of America pause and ask, what is really happening behind this silence? Because Kansas City is more than just a city. For Travis Kelce, it is where his NFL career has thrived, where his expansive home became a headquarters for teammates, friends, family, and long nights of celebration after hard-fought games. And for Taylor Swift, it is where she showed up not as a global superstar, but as a woman standing beside her partner, quietly, steadily. The Chiefs' party, therefore, was not only a New Year's celebration, but a period placed at the end of an emotionally charged season. The airport images made the story even more striking. Taylor, in an elegant red coat, ascended the jet stairs with confidence and calm. Travis followed behind, travel bag in hand, his expression relaxed, like someone finally setting down the weight of a long season. No crowds, no heavy security barriers, no stage, just two people deliberately choosing privacy in a moment of transition. And as the jet headed toward New York, the question naturally followed. Was this simply a New Year's trip, or a sign that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are entering an entirely new chapter in their relationship? If you have your own thoughts, hold on to them, because this story still has more to reveal. When we look more closely at that departure from Kansas City, one thing becomes clear, something many people missed. This was not an escape from the spotlight, it was a deliberate choice. After months of intense NFL pressure, constant travel, packed schedules, and unprecedented media attention, Travis Kelce appears to be closing a chapter deeply tied to the city. His mansion, once filled with the laughter of teammates, family, and friends, has fulfilled its role as a spiritual fortress for the Chiefs. The recent party wasn't just about welcoming the new year, it was a moment of reflection on a season filled with highs and lows, where Travis was not only a star athlete, but the emotional anchor of the team. Within that space, Taylor Swift appeared in a way very different from the public image most people are used to. No stage, no microphone, no explosive performances. She was there as a partner, offering emotional support, quietly and consistently. Those close to the couple described Taylor as someone who did not seek the spotlight, but chose instead to stand back, observe, listen, and be present when it mattered most. It was a form of support that made no noise, like the soft light in a living room after a long day, often unnoticed yet impossible to live without. Then New York enters the picture as a perfect counterbalance. If Kansas City represents Travis's career, discipline, and the rhythm of NFL life, New York represents Taylor's space for creativity, renewal, and privacy. There, she can be a musician, a writer, a woman preparing for the next phase of her life. Choosing New York to welcome the new year, rather than a public event or lavish party, sends a clear message. They are prioritizing balance over spectacle. The airport photo, seemingly ordinary at first glance, carries multiple layers of meaning. Taylor walks ahead, Travis follows. No rush, no concealment. It is the image of a couple that has moved beyond the phase of needing to prove anything to the world. That kind of calm usually comes only when a relationship reaches maturity, when two people stop living in response to rumors and headlines and start living by their own rhythm. Observers suggest this marks a phase of mature stability in Taylor and Travis's relationship. No grand gestures meant to draw attention, just small, consistent decisions. Leaving together, choosing private spaces, protecting meaningful transitions like New Year's Eve. One source reveals they plan to celebrate quietly with family or a very small circle of close friends, avoiding crowded places after a year defined by constant movement. For fans, this opens the door to speculation. Some believe this quieter period will allow Taylor to focus on upcoming music projects, where matured emotions and personal experiences often become her most powerful creative material. Others see a Taylor Swift learning how to step into the role of a fiancée, balancing a global career with a deeply personal life. Either way, this is clearly not a slowdown. It is preparation. In an American entertainment culture where relationships are often exaggerated and consumed like products, the quiet decision to leave Kansas City by private jet becomes an act that speaks volumes. It reminds us that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in what you choose to show the world, but in what you decide to keep for yourself. And it is precisely that controlled silence that makes the story of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce more compelling than ever. When all the pieces are put together, the flight out of Kansas City is no longer a background detail. It becomes a symbolic marker. It signals the end of a season, a rhythm of life, and perhaps an entire chapter lived under dual pressure, elite sports and relentless public attention. Without statements or press releases, through one quiet choice, they show they are turning the page with intention and maturity. Kansas City will always be where Travis Kelce's brightest years were written, where he stood as the spiritual leader of the Chiefs, the center of energetic gatherings. But at this moment, New York represents balance. It offers Taylor space to create, to reflect, to slow down after a year of constant motion. More importantly, it's where both of them can temporarily step out of their symbolic roles and return to being two people building a shared future. What truly resonates in this story isn't their fame, but the message beneath it. In a society that constantly encourages us to display every moment, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce choose to protect the most important transitions. For them, New Year's Eve doesn't require fireworks or grand stages. It requires the presence of the people who truly matter. It's a simple choice, yet a courageous one. And perhaps that simplicity is the clearest sign of a lasting relationship. When you no longer need to prove anything to the world, you begin investing in deeper values: trust, shared rhythm, and the ability to navigate life's major crossroads together. Taylor Swift, an artist who has written endlessly about beginnings and endings, now seems to be living inside one of those chapters herself. The final question isn't what they'll do next or when the next music project will arrive. The real question is this: in your own life, when you stand at a moment of transition, what will you choose? The bright lights of the crowd or the quiet peace of a conscious decision? If this story stirred a thought or feeling, leave a single word in the comments that captures it.